I wanted to play the Stanley Parable. Because I have been wanting to play this game for so long. I just need to do all of my tags and whatnot now. I've wanted to play this game for so long. And now I need to do all of the tags. So this is going to be a minute. Yeah, I've been following this game for probably like a year and a half. And I saw the deluxe edition, or the ultra deluxe edition, was on sale a couple of days ago. So I got it, and I've been wanting to play it on stream ever since. I've seen narrators played it. I've seen a bunch of YouTubers play it. It's a lot of fun. If you don't know what the Stanley Parable is, bear with me while I do these tags and we'll talk about it. In the meantime, tell me something about your day that went well. Okay. Woo! Right, okay. Here we go. I'm launching the game. The Stanley Parable is a game I wanted to play for a long time. Why I've wanted to play it for a long time? Well, let me set this up correctly so it's capturing the right thing. That would probably help, wouldn't it? Because it's a game where choice matters. The mic shaking kind of looks sus. Yeah, fair. It's a lot of fun. Let's get into it. I don't want to explain too much about it, but let's say it's a game where your actions have real consequences. No. Until the computer is barely visible. Yeah, that's fine. Please enter the current time. It is 9:36 p.m. Don't know why I need to be so precise, but okay. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Begin the game! Let's just check it's not going to try and do this in 4K. Yes, it is. It is! Oh. No, you don't need 1440p for something like this. Okay. See resolution. Okay, begin the game. I'm so excited about this, dude. The Stanley Parable. I'm finally playing it. Okay, here we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let me know if it's not loud enough, by the way.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was...
Hey, Matt Paul. Good to see you, buddy.
He sat at his desk in room 427, and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
This sounds like my dream job.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Nice. That's a great little story.
Something very peculiar happened.
Oh.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
No orders.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say Hi.
Hey, Brooks, how you doing?
Never
Welcome on
all
in.
his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
This is the
Something
start
was
of the
very
Stanley
clearly
Parable.
wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to adjust the audio very slightly so the narrator volume is a little bit higher than everything else. Okay. We're going to stand up. Look at that. No orders. No orders. Okay. Can I do anything here? Desk number 47. Yes, this is all us. Okay. Where is everybody?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's go to the meeting room. Guys? Guys? Are we still doing Taco Tuesdays? Look at this. Surname. Access. Okay. Man, they keep this place in a mess. Look at this. It's like, it's a dump. It's a dump. Oh, step ladders. Okay. What's going on? Ooh. Sales in this quarter. Look, quarter spelt wrong. Unbelievable.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, do we want to be nice and go to the door on our left? Or do we assert our authority and go to the door on the right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I love this. Oh, here we go. There's nothing here.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is a nice
Stanley
room.
simply stood here,
Yes.
drinking it all in.
Yes. Gonna leave now.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, let's obey him. Come on.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Right, well, I mean, just come on now. Come on. You just kind of have to, really.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's,
Come on.
left.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, bloody hell. Just...
No,
Oh.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What
right.
was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute?
Now, come on. Dude, this game's epic.
See, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Great. Oh, it's a nice truck you got there. Okay. Oh, my.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
What?
Okay.
What is this?
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh.
What on earth is this?
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
What? No! Bloody hell.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley...
What?
Wait.
Wait, hang on.
Wait, what? No, No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over,
Well-
completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monsters?
Don't blame me
Did you
for your
move the story
inadequacies.
somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
That's what I'm
It was
saying.
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Disobey everything he says, but when on the lift halfway, you have to jump down onto a pathway. Ooh. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I hear a clock. Nope. Hello? 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 Yes?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Right.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Right. So we'll just start the game over again. Okay, here we go. This is the one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
Hey, Gummy! How you doing? We're playing the Stanley Parable. This is a game I've been wanting to play for ages.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Oh, for goodness
I might
sake, now
remember
there's no
this
doors.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we
Okay.
go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, let's figure this out. Retrace our steps. Yep. Okay. All this way. Wait.
Aha! I
Okay.
knew we'd missed something. The
What the-
story.
Well, hang
Here
on.
it comes.
What? Wait, now hang on. That's just not right. Okay.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. What the? Oh my. Oh my.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Well,
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
yay!
Congratulations!
Woohoo!
I know you put in
Beat
a
the
lot of
Stanley
hard work.
Parable, dude.
It really paid off. So, good job. Oh,
Yay.
no.
Yay for me.
No, I don't feel right about
This
this.
is the
at all.
adventure line?
We
Nice.
both know you didn't put
I'm
in
doing
the
good, thank you for
actual
asking. How
work
you
for
doing?
that
I'm
win.
doing really good,
Some
thanks,
people
Gummy. It's
win
the end of
fair
the
and
week. We're
square,
vibing.
and
We're
this
playing
was
a game
not
I've been
one of
wanting to
those
play for so
situations.
long. It's
Okay.
yeah, we're doing
I'm
good.
getting weirded out by whatever this
Yeah, me
place
too.
is.
This place
I don't
sucks.
care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Right, okay. Yes!
All right.
The adventure
I've got a
line!
Solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. Well, that's easy enough. I can do that. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Just following the line. Following the line to the Stanley Parable story. Even if the line takes
See?
a turn, I'll
the line
follow it.
knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Okay.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Destiny.
Here's a thought.
You seem like having a lot of fun. Glad you're doing good, my guy. Yeah, thanks, Gummy. I'm doing really well. Wait,
Or
what?
to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Are we going?
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa.
Okay.
Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where.
What the hell did this chair do that was so wrong?
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh my, look at that. Oh my god, this line gets crazy. What on earth? Oh, alright, so here we go. Okay. Monthly ledgers, corporate balance, consolidation reports, accounts. Oh, okay. Okay, all the way across here. Right. Okay. Right. Well, hang on. I'm not sure the line knows where it's going at this point.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Okay.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Will it?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You
Okay.
won't want to miss anything.
Remember the fern, everybody. Remember the fern. Hashtag remember the fern. Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Oh, hang on.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this
Where am
ringing
I
a
going?
bell?
The room!
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you? After
Oh, the
everything we've
line
been
has
through,
betrayed us.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The fern is not used later in the story. I'm remembering the F-E-R-N. Thank you, Gummy. Thank you for remembering.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Oh,
We're
narrator.
intelligent people, right?
Oh.
Why can't we make up our own story?
Oh, you
Something
old flirt.
exciting, daring, mysterious.
Yes,
Oh,
spank
this all
me,
sounds
Daddy.
Perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I kind of prefer, you know, my safe little cubicle at this point. But okay, let's wander off.
Yes,
This is the back rooms. That's what this is. This is just the back rooms.
What do you want our story to be?
Nude hentai.
Use your imagination.
Nude
Whatever
hentai.
it might be, Stanley. I'm
Nude.
ready for it.
Hentai. Nude hentai. Nude hentai. Nude hentai. Nude hentai. Nude hentai. Nude hentai. Grumpy, welcome on in. Grumpy, this game is blowing my mind, dude. If you've never heard of the Stanley Parable, look it up. It's so freaking clever.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, well, now I follow the adventure line, or make my own story, which is predominantly around nude hentai. Okay. I'm still angry with you. Sorry, Grumpy. Sorry, buddy. Wait, the adventure line. It's gone! It went up into that ceiling duct. Okay, Stanley. Time to be a man.
Ah, a choice.
Okay.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
No,
And
fuck
since
you. I'm going to take the left door.
Yes, then by all accounts,
No,
the
screw
door
you.
on the right is the correct one.
No.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
No! I want to go through this door. Then I want to go back. God damn it. Oh! Oh! I got you.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all Determined?
Yes.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this
Wait, hang on.
thing.
After a long time, Stanley dies.
Well, who consulted me?
Well, that's something I wanted to do.
Decide? Why don't I
Brooks,
get a say
can
in all of
you
this?
not
Is it
spoil
really-
the game while we play through it, dude?
No,
I know,
can't.
yeah, I
don't
appreciate
want
all
it to
your little
be.
tips,
I don't want the
but
game
this is
to
the
keep
first time playing the game, so I
restarting.
just want to
I don't
discover
want
it
to
for
forget
myself, if
what's
that's
going
alright, man.
on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Okay, don't do it.
And the timer
Oh, God.
stopped?
Oh, God.
Does
Nope.
that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? Whatever it is that made the schedule? How would
help.
we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
What?
So,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Nope.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story.
Okay,
Wouldn't
no,
you
I'm
agree?
fine.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
What?
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Jesus Christ. That shocked me, that did. Get hell. Okay, here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba. What? Well, hang
When
on.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Ah, the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Have fun, stream pal. I gotta go. Oh, no worries, Gummy. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Okay. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are to synergize fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? I love that. Employee 417, 405, 491, 416, 431, and Jim. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts, and slides. Look at this stuff. This is really important stuff. People should be here. Broom closet. Chris! Chris, you're in the broom closet. Chris?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But it's a broom closet. There should be something here. Damn it. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Nope. Ooh. This is like the executive floor. I like it. Ooh. I get the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say! That's a lovely purse. I like it. Extreme bathrooms. Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. Tired of getting ash on your porcelain? Faucets, pipes, offshoots. That's some top quality lotion. I don't have a reflection. I'm a vampire. Okay. Oh, Mr. Boss. Hello? Oh. What? Why is there a panda with a gun to its head? That's business strategy. Our business strategy is putting guns to pandas? I don't want to work for this company anymore. This company sucks. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
There's nobody here.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What
God,
dark
you
secret was being
bastard!
held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
What could it be?
2845.
Okay.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. That's a nice piano you got there. Okay, now what was the code again?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
5584. That's the one. 3471.
2845.
I'm just messing around at this point. 0001. 0002.
Forgot, but it turns out the emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story.
God.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
What the? Amazing. Ooh. Hello? Well, there's nothing back there, so I guess we've got to go through here. I guess we're going down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I do.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yes.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Let me just go back up. Don't feel like this.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into
Yes.
the elevator and
Yes.
went back up.
Back up.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office?
Shits and giggles.
That's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Shits and giggles. Bye. Thanks for coming, everybody. I can't be fucked to finish.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Okay.
What a decision you've made to come up here and
Yes.
look at the office
Thank
again.
you.
This has fleshed out the plot of the story
Yes.
in new and fascinating ways I
Yes.
could have never anticipated.
Yes.
It's that keen eye for storytelling that
Yes.
you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Yes.
I'm bolted to the edge
Thank
of
you.
my seat.
I'm getting you back onto the elevator.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
This game's actually taking the piss at this point. Right.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, now, hang on. Chat, we have a decision to make. Straight on or left? Left says escape, but straight on is a mind control facility. What do we feel like? Escape? Or the mind control facility? You know what? I've always wanted to be in control of a mind control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
It's the
with
room
television
again!
Screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. Do I need to push something? Oh!
Now the monitors jumped to
my
life,
goodness.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to
There's
images
so
on a screen.
many of them!
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Why was that one fired? And that one? What? This is some bullshit.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Apparently
Was
so.
this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Let's find out.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad
What?
or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yes.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes. Ooh, mind controls idle. Okay.
Oh, Stanley.
Oh.
You didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oh, God.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go
Yes.
and you try to take control of the
Yes.
machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, Stanley.
Oh, no.
I applaud your effort, I really do.
Oh, no.
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do.
No.
For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the
shit.
network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, detonating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Run.
It's your time to shine.
Run.
You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you. About me. Where we're going.
This narrator is a dick!
I barely know where to start.
What?
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Oh, shit.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Bastard!
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office room, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Oh, God!
I have to say this.
How can I?
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
But there's there's two down there.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
1 and
will
2.
be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
I don't know what to do!
Additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Oh, God! Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Oh, wait, hang on.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen.
Nope, it's not
clicking
that.
on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Help!
Why do you think that's
0142!
happening? That this video game can be beaten.
But there's no 0.
Unsolved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Help!
Stanley.
Oh god, there's a button
You're
there.
in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Really?
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Oh, what?
You're
There's
only
3
still
over there.
playing instead of watching a cutscene.
Oh god,
because I
oh
would
god,
have
oh
watched
god,
you
oh
for
god, oh
every
god.
moment
No,
of
no,
your
no, no, no!
lives. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
No!
Tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Oh,
No
shit.
ending, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Shit.
Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Where do I
I
go?
will be laughing at every second of your inevitable
Ah!
from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Right. I think there are mistakes to be learnt from there. Shall we try it again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's do that. Let's be good.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office,
Was it 2845?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Well,
so he
you know.
relaxed for a few
Oh,
moments.
come on.
With some calming
Come on.
music.
It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
All that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Look at this!
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Right. Okay, well now we press this one.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It
There's
couldn't
nobody
be
there.
true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Onwards
No.
to victory.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Now we're going to turn it off.
As the cold reality of his past began to sink in.
Away with you! That didn't sound good. Did we win?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Winning!
Freedom was mere moments away.
Lots of winning.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Screw that.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
That's pretty.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Yes.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Yes.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Yes, all of
this. That was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yes.
And Stanley was happy.
Oh, that's the kind of story I love. So that was the Stanley Parable, folks. I want to know what's down that escape path.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No one tells your pal what to do or where to go. Madpool, you're damn right.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this time when we get down there, we're going to follow the escape path. Because I want to know where that leads.
To a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And here we go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
what if we go down instead of up?
Office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Nah, we're gonna do the escape bit first. I feel like there's so many different endings. You gotta sort of remember which one you're actually planning or setting out to do.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh,
I love that the game reacts to you like that. I love that. Absolutely love it. It's this whole idea of predetermination, predestination. You know, just because you set out on a journey, does that mean the ending is predetermined? You know, it's such a mindfuck when you think about it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't think so.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yes?
And willingly confront his death.
Yes? Hello, death! Wow. You literally do just die. Okay. Oh. What is this?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Okay.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And
Oh,
so
can't I
he
get out?
resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, bloody hell. Bye! Oh. What?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh! I'm alive.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What? This is a head fuck.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's... This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors. Yeah. Gosh, yes, there it is. Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love it. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic! A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Oh, that's just genius. I love this. It's kind of like the museum at the end of Modern Warfare 2. Oh, I love that. I love this so much that they're taking the time to explain basically what the game was. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Oh, it's just genius. Absolutely genius. Really clever. Oh, what's through here? Look at all these places.
Stanley pushed the big red button.
Kevin Brighting.
There. Shoot. Well, try the other one then.
Recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over
Stanley
2 years of
walked over the
development.
bridge.
These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Stanley
Oh, that
pushed
is
the number
genius.
6.
That is genius. Such a simple idea. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Wow. Countdown desk. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as existed in the beta. The hell? I swear there was a button that was just there. Oh. Countdown room. Oh my goodness. There's so much here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need
It's
one
so
another?
clever, dude.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Nah, you're all good.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose for you.
Nope. Oh. Ah. Right. I see. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's keep going.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's do all of this.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh my. Ominous red light.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Quite right.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Wait, hang
All
on.
of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet?
My God, I've got no feet!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Yes.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt.
That must
to
be
have
it.
finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Well,
And he
only a
thought to
little bit.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I'm flying!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Oh,
And
yeah!
it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
That's cool.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
right.
everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams,
It doesn't.
the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Okay,
Was
this is
Stanley simply
insane.
deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment
weird
ago?
as fuck,
How else
dude.
would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Yes.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on
Yes.
his skin,
Yes.
the press of
I
the
feel all of
mattress
these
on
things.
his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Yes, I want all of those
All
things.
I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
I am okay. Oh, shit.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Help me.
Please, just someone tell me I am
Help.
real. I must be real.
Help.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who
Help.
am I? Who
Help.
am I?
Help.
And everything went black.
That was so stupid.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and
This
by
is such a
extension,
mindfuck,
the rest
all
of
of it.
her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Quite right. I would too. What on earth, dude?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Let's find out. Oh, this looks fun.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Right.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Right.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yes. Any minute now.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah! New content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yes. All of the new... Right.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Okay. Right. No, fuck that.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah. I mean, should we? Just so we can say we have? I hate myself that I'm doing this. There's always more content. Yes, Matt, there always is. But the broader question is... Oh, now I can't jump anymore. Do you go round the corner because you get pissed off with it? Do you do the 35 jumps? Does that change the ending? Oh my god.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
I agree.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
God, I hope not.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30
so many
trillion.
Dude, there literally is. There literally is. There's
The
like
Stanley
40 different
Parable
endings to this
Ultra
game.
Deluxe, now
It's
with
crazy.
Over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
Look at this.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
What?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Yes.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
It was shit!
You're still with me. Why don't we just reset the game?
Yeah, let's
and
do
we'll
it.
try to get back to what
Yeah,
the
let's do
Stanley
it.
Parable
Screw
is
the new
really
content.
about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yes.
What do you say, friend?
Yes, let's do it. Oh. Oh my. This is new. What on earth?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Nope. Da-da-la.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, all right then.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Okay. This is what I mean. This game is insane for just having, like,
Okay, you remember how
illusion
cheap
of
and
freedom.
unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Ooh.
Just our little secret.
Oh,
Take a look. I call it the
Aww.
Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
oh, look at this. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. The deeper you go, the more you find. Exactly.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory
Oh, look,
Zone
it's
remind you
Steam.
of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then,
Dude,
it all
this
meant
is
something.
insane.
Oh, the waste.
Look at the level of detail of all this. Absolutely insane, dude. $1 bill. The amount of detail is crazy. Matt, this thing blows my mind, dude. Look at that. Created surprisingly down to earth. It really is insane.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any
Hello,
form of
Boss
art,
Gaming. How you doing?
Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
Just take a second and think about this. This game, with its Ultra Deluxe content, the Ultra Deluxe content is shitting on the Ultra Deluxe content about the original release of the game. It is a mindfuck, but it is one that I enjoy.
And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley
Hello,
Parable
Shamrock
anymore.
Studios. Welcome on in.
It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What's down there? Memory zone maintenance. I want to go down there.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The
Oh,
Stanley Parable.
thanks for
is
stopping
both
by,
a
Boss
rich
Gaming.
and stimulating commentary
That's the
on
best kind of
nature
games. That kind of
choice
makes
in
us think and
games,
question everything.
And one that
It
offers
really
some of
does.
the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it?
No
Stanley?
worries, Boss
The
Gaming.
game
Thanks for stopping
was
by.
Perfect. It didn't need anything else. It
Before you
didn't
leave,
need new
leave a like
content.
on the stream and leave me a
It
comment,
just needed to be
please.
left
Thanks.
alone. To
Stairs
spend
and
the rest
darkness,
of
not
time
good. Yeah,
collecting
no,
dust
I
in the
appreciate that.
hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, where are we going now?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone
Yeah.
before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh. Steam reviews?
Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Look
I
at
haven't
this.
looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not recommended.
Oh Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
What on earth?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had
Steve
always
left
thought
that
of the
review?
game's
Yeah,
dialogue
sounds
as
it.
being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable...
See, he's about to
track
wage war on
record.
Stanley's. Exactly.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not
Yeah.
if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd
Yes.
do anything for the customers.
Yes.
Yes, a
All of
skip
these
button
things.
we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling
I'm just gonna
on and
stop.
on
I'm just gonna
and on.
listen to
No,
him.
no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
I'm just gonna leave
And
it.
It goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to
I'm just gonna let him
manufacture.
finish.
It went on for nearly 10,000
Let the man
years, until
finish.
just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say...
It is actually,
the
it's quite
story
entertaining,
and
isn't
the
it?
choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see...
I've got a
blah,
feeling,
blah,
though,
blah,
it's just
blah,
gonna
blah,
loop.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction
I think he's just
therefore
gonna
becomes
finish.
impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the
Yeah,
choices,
there we go,
or
okay.
what have you.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full
Good, I'm
of
glad you enjoyed it.
unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of
shit on
choice
my
in
glasses
video
I'm trying to get rid
games.
of.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less
This dude
of a
says everything about me on a daily
rumination and
basis.
more of
People
a
talking and me not
treatise.
understanding and just
Or
existing in the
maybe a
moment.
manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell
Yep,
me...
well, yep, just press again.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Don't worry about
it. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really...
Again?
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Again?
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only...
Again. Hello? Hello? He's not here. He's not here. What? The hell?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said...
What? Well, I just don't understand anymore. Hey, Draga!
The end is never the end, 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 is never the...
Hello? Hi, is this live? Yes, it is. Welcome on in. Oh, God. Well, that didn't look good. Something has happened here, isn't it? Hello? Oh, God. Good to be here. Welcome on in. Thanks for joining. We're playing the Stanley Parable. And it's a freaking weird game, but it's good. Oh, look at it. That's cool, man. There's like nature and stuff. How long has it been? Oh, well, the nature's gone. Hello? God. I don't think I like it here anymore. I want the narrator back. Never heard of it, but it seems good enough. The Steve's found you, you're fucked. Seems like it. Hello? Skippy button. I guess we'll go out then. What on earth? Hello? Hello? Oh, God. I need to... Help! I miss the good old days. I miss being in the office when it was just me and the narrator. Together for all time. Oh, God. What have I done? What have I done? Am I meant to go this way? Am I... Oh. Oh, please take me back to the office. Take me back to the office, please. Oh, thank God. Oh. Oh, it's good to be back. Okay. Right. Here we go.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Oh. New content, you say?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Office gaming. Absolutely. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Okay.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa! The Stanley Parable 2? Oh!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release
Hell
with
yeah!
a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
Oh,
An
yeah!
entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Hell yeah, it could.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Oh, great! They're
Calling
back.
it the Stanley Parable
2
2
doors.
is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe.
Ah, this is
What does
great.
that even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation.
This way to
and
the
long-term
show floor.
franchising potential.
Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a
Right.
look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around
Oh, look at
them.
this.
It'll all work itself out. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, I want to play that. Why does the narrator sound like Alfred from Batman? I don't think he is, but, you know,
For
nice.
the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the
That's
name
awesome.
of the person playing
That's
the
awesome.
game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
What?
Right now, the button
Yes,
only
it is
says the
on
name
Steam.
Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full
Replacing
experience
you
of
as
this feature.
Stuart.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself
am
living
Jim.
as Jim, sleeping and waking as
Yes.
Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Yes.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you
Yes.
really, truly Jim right now?
I am
If so,
Jim.
then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Oh,
Yes,
Woo!
you see.
You don't want to do that too many
What a
times.
rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
It really
if
does.
this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too
But I am
much
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away.
No,
Otherwise, soon
Jim.
you'll start to lose all
Jim.
sense of who you actually are.
Jim! I was Jim. I wanted to be Jim forever.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Please, no screenshots. Look at all this. The reassurance bucket. Okay.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Love it.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
I like the bucket.
Come on, give it a try.
Yes, give bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
It is.
In fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Love it.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I want to take the bucket with me. The reassurance bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Oh, what's down here?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons.
Okay.
But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Okay.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
The jump circle!
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a...
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Yeah.
Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
No. Fine. Free achievement? Hell yeah! I'd like a free achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Okay.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that doesn't exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I want it! fucking achievement. How did we even start this cycle? I cannot remember.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Ooh, the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a...
Do we jump in? Chat. Do we jump in? We have the bucket of reassurance. What more would you want? I'm just saying. We could jump in. It's up to chat. It's up to chat. Come on. Yeah, fuck it.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, that is clever, actually.
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Nope. I'm actually pretty okay right here.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Or...
Great.
Oh.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the
I pushed
sequel.
out there. Okay, let's head back up. I just got the feeling I was going to die there if I didn't go sooner rather than later. This is such a cool game, dude. Collectibles? Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
It's pretty. I want it. Oh. That's cool.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Love it. Well, I think we've seen everything we need to know about the Stanley
All right.
Parable
Have
too.
you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Here we go.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
It looks
I can
disturbed.
feel it
I
in
think
my
he probably
soul.
is.
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it, no matter how good
He's a
these
man with a
gags
bucket,
are, they
Shamrock
stand on their
Studios. What
own.
more do you want?
They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Nice.
Peacefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Love it. Love it. The Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a
Loved
company
it.
in a big building where he
There's the
was
balloons.
employee number
Love it. Very
427.
nice.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever
Stanley
change
Parable 2.
Stanley.
Here we go.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move.
It is Jamsol. I quite agree.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'm enjoying the balloons, I must say.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Oh, the reassurance bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Righto.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Yes.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley,
Nope.
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear
Yes.
as day. This
Yes.
broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Yes.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is
My
trying
bucket.
to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard
Yes.
it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
Oh,
boss's
it's Stanley
office.
and the bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not
Was
an
once
indication
again
of any
stunned.
human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence
Yes,
of the bucket.
the bucket.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it.
Yes.
The two of them were inseparable.
Yes.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. The killer you see, welcome on in. We're playing the Stanley Parable right now.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Yes.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Well, thank God we have the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Nope.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I'm
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yep. Sounds about right. Good for me.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Not my bucket!
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
That's a precious bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Well,
these questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter.
Yes.
His one friend in the entire
my
world.
precious bucket.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
So there's
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Okay. I know in the first instance we failed at this.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Yeah.
Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Silly birds!
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Aww. Oh, look at the silly birds.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never
Bucket,
found
I owe you
freedom
my life.
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
That sounds like a fucking
Of
great
all
way to spend
the
a day.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Aww. Oh. Okay then. This game is actually fucking with my
All of
mind.
his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
The hell?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Fuck
he
you.
entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ooh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all the... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Get fucked?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Get fucked?
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road
Yep.
you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Yep.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Love it.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did
Guns.
you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
5, 10,
Would
10.
you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
No, it's a 1.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Get fucked.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Sure.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure
I'm not
it's
going to play this
effective.
for 4 hours.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, bye, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Oh.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What on earth? Wait, hang on.
What do you think this
This
game
is
is
Lookout.
about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Isn't this Firewatch?
Yes, that must be it.
Dude, this is
what a
trippy as
fascinating
fuck.
venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
This is so fucking trippy.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh.
Thank goodness, Stanley.
Okay.
Close call.
It's pretty
Really want
stupid if you ask
that-
me, but okay.
Thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Where am I supposed to go
Out of
now?
the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Is this Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now,
Oh, God.
this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oh, God.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
It's a ball. Come with me, ball. Oh, God.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Balls!
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm
Balls!
insatiable. More balls.
Oh my God. Balls, 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 balls. Balls. Balls.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
Nope.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh God. I fell. What the hell? What is this place? A light. Walk towards the light. 427. But that's my office. What the fuck?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Oh
I
my.
can wait.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
Yes.
the door on his left.
Oh. Trust the completionist instinct. Okay. Yeah, why
Coming
not?
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Abandoning bucket like that. How dare you? Yeah, I know.
Here's the door, just go.
This game is such a mindfuck. I cannot deal with it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
This game
Stanley's
is
co-workers,
so weird.
The lives of so many individuals.
Jam's
reduced
clingy
to
shit.
images on
Yeah.
a screen.
I
And
hear it.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
I think I'm just gonna have to go.
He refused to believe it.
I know I've
He
done this
couldn't
before. This is
accept it.
ridiculous.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Let's just turn it off.
Walking, eating, working.
Turn it off forever.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided...
Ah. That's better.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
God, I hope so.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay.
At least there was a heart in the
unsolved.
operation. Jam
Where
is
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For
I
it
don't
was
give a
not
fuck.
knowledge or
Get me outta
even
here.
power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley
yeah.
stepped through the open door.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin. The feeling of liberation.
Back at the good ending.
The immense possibility of the new path before
Not trapped in whatever
This
the
was
fuck was
exactly
going
the
on
way,
there.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. Holy shit, dude. Oh. This is new.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, there is a reward for finding them. Oh, I got you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket
Oh,
walked
fucking hell!
to the boss's office.
There's one!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
You know what? I've got a feeling that we need to try that escape path. You know, the one we pushed out of?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's go down and then let's try the escape path. And that's the last thing I'm doing. I meant to start quitting this game like 20 minutes ago, dude. It just brings you back in. Holy shit. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
Nope.
Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Whee! Painful death. Painful death.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Ooh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end.
Wow.
As it was crushed violently to death.
Fuck that.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here with you out into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? It is...
Can you see how arrogant
bucket.
it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
This game's such a mindfuck. The stress bucket. Oh my god. That generally made me fucking jump, that fucking chanting.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
True. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Ah, the infinity hole! Huh? What? I touched the bucket!
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Is there?
Let Stanley die.
Yes.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket.
Yes.
We can save the
For
world's
the
buckets from
buckets.
their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new
Here we go.
world, a new vision.
The sweet release of bucket-related death.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all? The confusion and the
Bucket!
chaos all seem to melt away as Stanley embraced.
The sequel is now paused. Dude, this is so fucked. It's so fucked. I am going to end the stream. This has been an absolute mindfuck. Please go play the Stanley Parable. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. I'm fried, dude. Thank you for joining me as always. Please do leave a like, leave a comment on this stream. It really helps to send it out into the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Shamrock. Thank you, Matt-Paul. Thank you, The Killer You See. Thank you, Hi. Thank you, everyone who was here. Boss Gaming was here. Chandler was here. Gummy was here. Dragar was here. Brooks, Czechoslovakia, Super J, Marco Tiger 72. Thank you, everybody, for joining out. Beebs, you were here as well. Thanks for joining me. Holy shit. Until next time. See you later.